the truth that they are hiding. It's nothing that I fear. And I know that hate is my list, covering every possible kiss. So tell me why it matters, and tell me what you miss. Is this love that you're showing, or just another misleading play? Is my body electric for reasons to make a mistake? Is this love that I'm feeling? Is this love that I'm feeling? Yeah, I know that we've been fighting, and I know that we've been good, and I believe that you've been hiding, 'cause you're so misunderstood. 'Cause I'm looking for something bigger than an understated mood, and it has to be something better than I really for fools. Is this love that you're showing, or just another misleading play? Is my body electric for reasons to make a mistake? Is this love that I'm feeling? Is this love that I'm feeling? What else can make me feel this way? This must be love that I'm feeling.
So, do you want to launch a blog? Or maybe you let your blog go dormant, and 2021 is the year to get your blog out there in a big way. Well, that's what we're going to be talking about for today's episode, is how to start a blog in 2021. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Market Your Message show. I'm so excited to be here with you live. And in fact, as you're coming in, and I see we got people popping on, let me know that you're here. Put your first name, where you're watching from. And we are broadcasting currently in about 6 different locations. So would love to see that you are here. It all consolidates for me in one place on my chat software, so I can see where you are watching from. And I'm so excited to dive into this topic today. And here's why. I was right in the middle of talking about this last week, and my internet completely went out. So it's kind of a funny story. You guys remember I was starting off last week talking about how I used this microphone right here, right? If you guys have been a part of the show, you know I typically use a different type of microphone, and that is this one right here. Kind of pull it down. This right here is a shotgun mic, and it's great for having a microphone out of the shot where you don't have to wear a microphone. And I don't know, that's what I typically use. However, right before I went on the show last week, right outside my window, I'm in the second story, but like right next to my house are woods. And the homeowners association decided that they wanted to cut back some of the overgrown trees and brush. And so there were workers out there, had their chainsaws going. It was so loud I could not even concentrate. But I told you that I was using this microphone, which is a special microphone. It's a podcast mic that only catches the sound that's coming directly into it. And you guys were like, I can't hear the chainsaws going. Well, right in the middle of our live stream last week, they must have used a shovel or something hit into the ground right where my internet cable was buried, and it completely disconnected our internet. My internet was down for over a day. I had to actually go somewhere else to do a workshop I was doing that night online. And yeah, wow, what a crazy week it was last week. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually bringing last week's topic because I never got a chance to share it with you. And I am excited to dive in today. And so here's why. Here's what you're going to discover today if you hang out with us for a little bit. You're going to discover the best blogging tools to use in 2021. What do we have that I recommend that you use, especially if you're just getting started? How to write your first 10 blog posts. I'm going to talk about why focusing on just 3 promotion strategies can explode your growth, and much, much more. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Let's see here. I see we got Rich is here. Phil's got a question. Phil's here. Jel's here. Many more of you are here. Guys, let me know that you are hearing me and seeing me and where you're watching from. All right, so I've got a special announcement before we get into the topic. We've got something pretty cool going on this week right here in our Market Your Message community. I've been working on this, probably for close to a year. Before my book launched, one of my main initiatives was to launch a new flagship product for Market Your Message. And I wanted this to not just be another online course out there, right? Because it's not about information. What we desire here at Market Your Message is transformation. We're on a mission to help 1,000 messengers get paid for what they know and get paid full time by 2025. That's what we're committed to. Whether you write, speak, teach, coach, if you have a message to share, we want to provide the education and the encouragement and the know-how of how to go from where you are to full-time over the next 5 years. So because of that, I'm really excited to announce something brand new that we're doing. It's only open this week only. So we have open enrollment right now for Market Your Message Academy. Now, Market Your Message Academy is a unique mentoring / online course format. Let me explain. So you say, what is it? Well, Market Your Message Academy is a live 6-week video-based mentoring program led by me. The goal over the 6 weeks is to help you implement my 4-step audience building system for your message and niche. And you're also going to get lifetime access to the training videos, the templates, and the worksheets. And so if you're like, hey, I want to know more about this, well, it's closing down this Sunday night, January 31st, depending on when you're watching this. And we're going to close it down because we're going to start focusing 100% on the students. We've already had several people enroll, and you still got until Sunday night to go check it out. Just go to marketyourmessageacademy.com for more information on that. And it's going to be fun. I'm going to give you one project to work on each week for 6 weeks during February and March. We're going to have a graduation party. And the goal I have for you is really just a few things. Number one, I want you to have an awesome lead magnet landing page so that you can build your list. All right. Another goal I have for you is to actually create something for sale. So I want you to create something that we're going to sell by, we're going to have it available for people to buy by the time the 6 weeks is up. Pretty exciting. I'm going to also teach you how to get some traffic. So implement one of my traffic strategies and more. It's going to be a fun 6 weeks and would love for you to join us. All right. So with that, I think we are ready to go for today's session. So let's get started, shall we? Do you want to start a blog in 2021, but you're wondering, Jonathan, is blogging dead? Does what everybody told me works for blogging years ago still work today? And how can I really benefit from expressing myself through writing and attracting an audience in 2021? Well, that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. Hey, messengers, welcome to the Market Your Message show. I'm your host, Jonathan Milligan, and we have a goal here. Our goal is to help you rise above the noise and get paid for what you know. Now, we broadcast this episode in several formats. So you might be watching the live stream right now. Welcome. You might be watching this as a YouTube video that we've edited down. You also might be listening to this via the podcast. And all of those places are perfect. We will do our best to serve you wherever you're watching and listening from. Now, in today's episode, I'm going to be sketching out a little bit on my iPad. So if you're listening to the podcast, you might want to hop over to the channel. Just search for my name, Jonathan Milligan, in YouTube, and you can find it, or look for the link in the show notes. So today, I want to talk about how to start a blog in 2021. It's hard to believe we're in 2021. And here's why. I started my first blog in 2009. And yes, I'm starting to feel like quite the dinosaur when it comes to all things marketing online and putting your message out there. It was a career coach blog for accounting professionals, and that's where I got started. And after about 2.5 years, I was able to build that blog to full-time income. And then I started, hey, I want to teach this stuff. Now that I figured out how to do it through trial and error, I want to start teaching other people how to do this. And so here we are, 2021, and I want to talk to you about starting a blog. Now, first things first is I get asked this all the time. Is blogging dead? The answer is absolutely not. In fact, every time you go to Google and you search something, unless you're clicking on a video thumbnail, you are landing on somebody's blog. Now, they may not call it a blog. You may not think of it as a blog, but a blog post is really a web page. It is an article. It has information, and people are still using that every single day. It's not going away anytime soon. Not only that, but people find your blog from Pinterest. People find your blog from social media. There's lots of ways to find your blog. So blogging is still very much alive and well. However, there are things that you need to know now that doesn't work anymore. Maybe it worked back 10 years ago, but things have changed. Technology has changed. In fact, in some ways, there's easier tools now than ever before. So here's a cool story to kick this off, and I'm going to use this as an actual real example to help you. So as you know, or may not know, I published a book recently called Your Message Matters. And one of the things that I did was I gave away the book to a bunch of people. One of them was to some of my nieces and nephews. I sent one to my daughter who's away at college. And my daughter started reading it, and she really started just diving into it and really enjoying it. And at the same time, her cousin, my niece, also started reading the book, and she never thought of herself as a messenger or somebody who has this creative outlet. She just has a regular day job at the moment. But the book, as she began to read it, she began to think, I really want to start a blog. At the same time, my daughter was saying the same. Well, here's the cool thing. I want to show you their blog. So they just recently launched a blog called Made for More. And you can actually check it out at madeformore.blog. And the same advice that I gave my own daughter is what I'm going to give you today about this. That's why I wanted to bring this up, because I'm not just blowing smoke or just throwing out ideas. I am telling you exactly what I advised my own daughter. So while my daughter was home for the break, the Christmas break, her and her cousin, yes, they kind of look like twins. My daughter's on the right, Kayla, and on the left is Crystal. They're just a couple years apart, but their desire is to help encourage young women to step out on faith, to live a courageous life, and they're doing awesome so far. So this madeformore.blog, I want to show you some of the same things that I showed them in helping them launch their blog that I want you to do as well. Sound good? All right, so let's jump back over here. And here's what you're going to discover as we go through today's session: the best blogging tools to use in 2021, how to write your first 10 blog posts, why focusing on just 3 promotion strategies can explode your growth, and much, much more. By the way, if you're like, Jonathan, I don't even know where to get started, then here's where you get started. You want to go to marketyourmessage.com/discover. So a common question that I got often was, Jonathan, I don't know what my message is. I don't know my audience. I don't know my niche. And if you're wondering all those things, this 9-page blueprint is going to help you to figure out your purpose, your people, and your passion. So to get this, it's completely free. Just go to marketyourmessage.com/discover. All right, let's dive into our topic. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sketch out for you a few things on my iPad. So I'm going to move over to the iPad now. Let's bring that on screen. And I want to talk to you about this in kind of 3 different categories. And if you're listening on the podcast, basically I've got a simple table here that I've kind of drawn out, and there's 4 columns and there's 3 rows. Top row says tools, second row says content, and the third row says launch. The whole thing about launching a blog can feel overwhelming and complicated because we just think we got to do everything. I want to break it down and keep it very, very simple. You just need to tap into 3 things: have the right tools, content, and then how you're going to launch this. All right, so let's dive into this. All right. So first of all, tools. There's primarily 2 places that I recommend that you start a blog. The first one is WordPress. This is where I got started. And there's a difference between WordPress.com and self-hosted WordPress. We'll leave that for another video, but just know that you want a self-hosted WordPress. This is something that a site that you own 100%. The second option that I recommend is Kajabi. Now, if you've never heard that name, I know it's a funny name, but it's just kajabi.com. And Kajabi is more than just a blogging tool. That's why I love it beyond WordPress. Kajabi comes built in if you want to sell things. It integrates with Stripe and PayPal. Kajabi allows you to upload your videos for selling your own courses online. Kajabi, you can run a membership site. You can collect and build your email list just using one tool, Kajabi. So I'm going to leave that top one blank for now, but just to, once again, giving you examples here, my daughter's blog, madeformore.blog, is entirely on Kajabi. So this is their blog, and you can see as you scroll down through here, they did not hire a professional designer. In fact, can I be honest with you? I didn't even do a whole lot. You might say, well, Jonathan, you probably dove in and created all of this for them. No, they got in there and just started using the tool because the tool is really easy to use. You can drag and drop any feature you want. You can easily add image backgrounds. You can change your colors. And so this was just a theme in Kajabi that they took and created their own colors. So they drove around town where we live in and got photos taken so that they could put these photos all over their blog. So just clicking around here, I'm going to show you a little bit more. Here's their about page. And so again, just pictures, a little bit about themselves. And I'm going to come back to the blog actually in just a second. But all this is built on Kajabi, and they did not hire a professional designer to do these things. So this is why I love Kajabi. I still have one of my blogs on WordPress, so there's nothing wrong with starting there. Kajabi is a little bit more expensive. But if you want to make money with your blog and you want to sell digital courses and content, then I highly recommend Kajabi. All right, back over to the iPad. Let's talk about content. So here's what I did for my daughter and my niece. They came over to the house and they were like, we don't know where to start. We've never done anything like this before. Keep in mind, they've never done anything like this. And I said, okay, I want to start, first of all, let's brainstorm 10 topics. And when we just started, like, we had a whiteboard and we just started writing them out. Just anything that came to the top of our head. We're just brainstorming topics. Now, you could also look at this as questions. What are common questions that your audience may have? That's another thing that you can do. Now, if you're still stuck, I want to show you a tool that I absolutely love. That is a great tool. And it is called answerthepublic.com. So I just threw in a term called woodworking. You can throw any term into this tool. It's actually a free tool. And then what it does is it actually scrapes through Google and collects all the questions related to that topic. And you can see here it actually found 78 questions. And I know this is kind of small, but I don't know if I can make this bigger without making things too complicated here. Let's see if we can do that again. All right, that's big enough. You can see here that it found questions related to where, which, how, are, what. And literally you can look in here and try to find some of these questions. Which woodworking router should I buy? Which woodworking tools to buy first? Which woodworking joint to use? And again, I'm not into woodworking, but the point is this can actually be downloaded as a CSV file. And you have the common questions that people are asking for on Google. If you keep scrolling down, there's even more. You can look at them in all different kinds of ways. Here's, of course, we got a little pop-up now. But there's just all kinds of cool ideas if you're just really struggling for topics. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on tools, I'm going to put answer thepublic.com. Now, there's many other free tools that I like to use, but we're going to keep this simple today. But that's where I want you to start. Brainstorm 10 topics. And then the second thing that I want you to do under content is I want you to post. So it's actually publish. So we could say publish, post, same thing. 2 to 4. In fact, yeah, we'll just keep it at that. 2 to 4 posts. So let's just say publish. I want you to publish 2 to 4 posts. And here's why. Because when you're ready to start announcing to the world that your blog is out there, I want you to be able to have plenty of content that people can find, right? We want them to find this content and we want them to read it and we want them to stay on your site. And so publish with at least 2 to 4 blog posts is a smart thing to do. So here's what I recommend, because people always ask me, well, what about SEO? What about keywords? What about all this stuff? And I think this is what bogs people down. And if you don't know what SEO is, it stands for search engine optimization. And there's things that you can do for your posts to give them a better chance to rank at Google. But also, I've had posts that I've not done SEO with that have ranked #1 in Google. So it can still happen. And what I want you to know is you can always go back to old blog posts and improve the SEO. So when you're first getting started, I'm more focused on consistency. And that's what leads me to the last part on under content on our diagram here. And that is publish 1 day a week. See, what often happens is for new bloggers, they start going, oh, I'm going to publish a new blog post every day. And then they can't keep up with that. And then they don't do anything for a week or two. It's much more important that you are consistent. Consistency breeds momentum. Consistency breeds momentum. And so you have to have consistency in this. And so after you get that first initial 2 to 4 posts, now you can start scheduling out one blog post. So maybe the 1 week you write 3 blog posts. Don't go publish them all. Schedule them out over the next 3 weeks. It's much more of a smarter strategy. And not only that, but it's also going to help your audience know when new posts are coming out. Let me show you an example. So go back over here to my daughter's blog that we're using for an example. Let's go to blog. And what I love is they decided to tag, make Mondays their day of the week. So you could do any day of the week. It doesn't matter. You could say, for you, maybe it's every Wednesday, maybe it's Friday, but it's so important that you create that consistency. And so what they did is they just decided to tag it and actually name it. And now people know. It's called Made for More Monday. A new blog post drops every single Monday. And what's so cool about this is they literally have about 8 to 10 blog posts that are in the bank. Like they have already got them scheduled. They're taking turns publishing them. Here's my daughter's one about first semester of college. Crystal's all about. And so every single Monday, they have a new one that drops. And then it gives them a new opportunity to reach out on social media to say, hey, Made for More Monday, go check out this week's post. Does that make sense? I hope that it does. This creates accountability. It creates a rhythm, and it helps you to be consistent over time. This is so very important. All right, hop back over the iPad. Now let's talk about launching the blog. So how do you actually get the word out? Well, there's lots of ways, but I thought what would be fun today is if I shared with you 3 free ways to potentially get your first 1,000 visitors. So how does that sound? You guys want to hear this? Let's talk about it. All right. So first one is a free giveaway. Now there's 2 ways that you can do the free giveaway. The first way is you can actually collect emails. So in that case, I recommend a tool called King Sumo. King Sumo is a tool. There's actually a free version where you can set up a giveaway page. And so basically you display the picture of the thing you're going to give away, and you go on your personal social media. And if you have friends that can talk about it too, the giveaway, basically what you do is you let them know, hey, all you got to do is put in your email address to enter, and you're going to get this giveaway package. Somebody's going to win this, or whatever it is. It could be a couple books that your audience would want. It could be a gift card if you want to, but I highly recommend that there be something in the giveaway that's what your audience would want, because the goal is not just to get people on an email list, it's to get targeted audience members on your email list. Okay. There's a big difference there. Okay. So that's one way that you could do it. The other way that you can do it is you could do a giveaway on social. And so this is what my daughter decided to do, is they created an Instagram account called Made for More, and they decided to do their giveaway entirely on Instagram. So what they did is they let all their friends know that they're going to go live to make a big announcement. They had not told anybody they're doing a blog. And so they both went live, and they got a bunch of people on, friends, family, whatever. And they said, here's what we're doing. We're doing a giveaway, and here's how you enter over on Instagram. So let me show you what they did. So let's hop back over. I've got it pulled up right here. All right, so this is their, they literally have just done this like in the last 2 weeks. They've already got 154 followers from doing this giveaway. So here's the video where they went live right here. So that's them going live. And here's the giveaway post. All right. And so here's the way they structure this. And you can go check them out, maybe even follow them on Instagram if you want, but it's just made for more _blog and see how they did this. But this is incredible. They got 101 likes. I can't see how many comments, but tons of comments. And here's what they said. One winner is going to get this entire gift basket, essentially. And you're going to get a book. You're going to get a cute notebook, some gel pens, a $5 Starbucks gift card, $5 Dunkin' gift card. So you have to follow us on Instagram, like the post, tag 3 friends in the comment, and for an extra 5 entries, repost the story and tag us. So you don't have to do all of that, but there you go. There's a model for you. And this is literally a smart way to build up your social media. So you take people from your personal social media and you get them following your brand. And that's what they've done here. And they're just doing a phenomenal job. And so this helped them to really get their first kind of 154 some followers, which is a great start. All right, back to the iPad. All right, so there's free giveaway. Again, you can do it with emails or you can just purely do it on social. What's the second one? The second method is free viral social traffic. So that's a mouthful. What does that mean? Well, viral is getting it outside of your own reach, having something be multiplied. And how do we do that with social traffic? Well, let me give you a script that I have recommended over the years, and you guys will have it today. So here's what I recommend. I recommend that you look through, and maybe Facebook's a place to start. You can use any social platform, but let's just use Facebook. On Facebook, I want you to look for 20 to 30 people who you consider are good friends. All right. These aren't just kind of far off acquaintances, but these could be family members. They could be, people who are for you. They're in your corner. And what you want to do is you want to reach out to them and say, hey, I'm launching a blog. Would you mind posting this on your Facebook profile or Facebook post? So it's coming from them, in other words. And here's why this is so important, because they have friends you don't have. And so you're expanding your reach. And if you can get 20 or 30 people to do this, it can be incredibly powerful. And essentially you want to take what's in the brackets here and you want to take what's in the brackets here and you want to put your own thing in there, right? So for me, it would be my good friend Jonathan just launched a brand new blog about sports card investing. Check it out here with a link to the blog. It's that simple. So it looks as if it was written by them, but you are making it extremely easy for them to just copy, paste it, boom. Yeah, I can put it in Twitter. I can throw that in on Facebook. And if you will do this, if you will follow this, this will bring traffic to your site because people who are interested in that topic that might be a friend of a friend is going to come visit you and could even get on your email list. Cool strategy, right? I hope you love that idea. And then there's one more I want to wrap this up with. And the last one is to do social media posts. But here's the thing. I want you to use the blog post that you've published. So if you publish with 2 to 4 posts, I want you to use those 2 to 4 posts and create several different social media promotions. Let me show you what I mean, because I actually have this. And again, if you're listening to the podcast for this particular episode, it may make sense to go check out the actual video that goes with this. But let me show you an example. Let me refresh that and this. So here's a blog post called How to Finally Nail Down Your Target Audience. Now, what most people do, most bloggers do, is they write a post and then they go to their social media and then they say, hey, come check out my new post, check out my new post. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. But the challenge becomes, how do I keep talking about that post next week and the week after and the month after and the month after that? And that's where what happens for most bloggers is they only talk about a new blog post the moment or the day it publishes. But if that content you're creating is still good and true 3 months from now, shouldn't you be talking about it 3 months from now? Absolutely. So here's what I recommend. If you're really struggling with this, I'm going to show you an example here. And let's see if we can make this a little bit bigger so you can see this. So what we have here are several, let's see, I think there's 10 posts. These can go straight onto social media, and they're all talking about, and this is the big point, they're all talking about the same blog post. You see, the reason you don't keep sharing about a single blog post is because you don't want to be annoying just putting the same thing out there. The way to get past that is to actually mix up and change up how you're talking about it. So look at this. At the end of the day, you're not serving your passion, niche, or market. You're serving people. Link. Now, some of this can be exact quotes from the blog post. So there's a little pro tip. You can go into your blog post and just grab a little quote and make that your social media post. Do you know who your target audience is? Link. Learn how to build the ideal customer profile and grow your business. Link. How well do you know your customers? Link. What is the key to building your target audience? Why nail down your target audience? Because it simplifies your business model to helping someone get the results they want. So the point is, all these different posts look different, but yet they're pushing people to the same blog post. So there you have it. I hope that was helpful to you. I hope you will use this strategy that we're looking at, and that is it looks like I messed things up here on my end. 1 second. Let me get my camera back on. There we go. Here is the point. I want you to begin thinking about how to launch this blog. And here's how you do it. Tools, content, launch. Don't overcomplicate it beyond that. All right. And don't be discouraged if you don't get thousands of people at first, because everybody starts in obscurity. And if you are there, if that is you, then I want you to know it's okay, because everybody you admire started once in complete obscurity. All right. So again, if you're like Jonathan, I just still don't know where to start. Before I start a blog, I need to know who my audience is. What is my message? What is my niche? Then go to marketyourmessage.com/discover. All right, that's it for this episode. What did you enjoy? Was it helpful? Is there other topics that you would like for me to cover? Then let me know. And also, don't forget to like, share, or subscribe. That way we can let you know when we have future episodes. And also, never forget, your message matters. All right, so it's time for the after party. I see we got a bunch of questions in. Again, depending on where you guys are watching from, we are broadcasting in several places. So I'm going to hang out for a few minutes, answer your questions. So let me just grab a quick drink of water. And let's see what questions you guys have. All right, Phil. Says, how to structure it after having an idea. Ideas aren't the problem. Should I have explained X before I go into Y? Keeping things where they make sense in a linear fashion is a struggle. Yeah, I hear that. And the thing that I would say to that, Phil, is you got to have some templates that you feel comfortable with. So I talk about this in Your Message Matters. I have 3 templates that I use over and over again. And what this does is it helps me to structure how I'm going to approach a topic. The other thing that helps me is to nail down the headline first. So if my headline, so I'll go from topic or idea to a headline. If my topic is woodworking and my headline is 3 tools every woodworker should know about, then I already know the structure. The structure is I got to come up with 3 tools. Or I find 5, then I put 5 tools every woodworker should know about. And so that helps me. Numbered post, make it super easy. How to post are steps, right? When you think about why post, so WHY, I think of reasons. Well, here's a reason 1, reason 2, reason 3. You almost want to think about it as like a miniature sermonette. If you've ever, been in church, or you go hear a speaker, or even like go to an event and you hear a speaker, what do they typically do? They typically have an introduction and 3 points that support the big idea. That's what you need to do. And you don't need to make it any more complicated than that. So that's what I would recommend. I see we got Rich here. Welcome, Rich. Fred says hello from snowy Illinois. Awesome. Gwen's got a question. How many times can you ask a question and download for free per day? I'm not sure what you're referring to. Maybe it was something I was talking to earlier. Maybe something I was talking about. If you could let me know, Gwen, if you're still here, what you mean by that, clarify that. How many times can you ask a question and download for free? Let me know. Oh, next question explains it. Sorry, just saw this. You're talking about the answer to the public. I'm not sure. I think it might be like 3 to 5. But honestly, if you do 2 or 3 and you download the CSV, you're going to have so many ideas. I don't know if you're going to need the pro version, or you're going to need to worry about that as much. All right. Here's a question coming from the Facebook group. I'm not sure who it is. If you're in one of our private Facebook groups, you have to click on the little link to give me permission to see your photo and name. Can I share stuff that I'm learning from a book and make that my blog post? Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, what you can also do is point a link in your blog post to Amazon where that book is. And if you wanted to, you can go sign up as an affiliate for Amazon. It's free to do. And you get an affiliate link for that book. And you are then able to put that into your blog post. And anybody who clicks on the link and goes over and buys anything on Amazon, you will get credit for that. And you can actually earn some money from that. So yes, absolutely can share what you learn from a book. All right. Oops. Here's another question. In your example of using parts for new social media posts, are these evergreen? If not, do you have a process to make them evergreen? Does Kajabi have the ability to use automation within the platform? There is automation in Kajabi, but it depends on what you're looking for as far as automation. It could do automation in regards to tags or rules related to your emails. So if this happens, then this should happen next. And so, yes, it has some automations in there, but I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about there. But yes, you primarily want to do the strategy I talked about for social media posts with evergreen content. So if you're blogging about the stock market and you're saying, here's what happened in the stocks this week, you don't really use this strategy because, sharing that out 3 months from now doesn't make sense, right? Or if you cover news or politics, things are changing so much. But for most people in most niches, you're creating content that's evergreen. And you say, what's evergreen? Evergreen means that it's just as true and helpful today as it is 3 months from now, as it is 6 months from now, as it is 12 months from now, right? So, yes. All right. Jim says, definitely become an Amazon affiliate and then create a book study course. Love it. All right. So guys, if you had any other questions, let me know. If not, what I want to do is do some takeaways. So what are some takeaways from today? Do you have like kind of a main takeaway? What was it? Share it with me right now. Was it, answer the public? Was it Kajabi? Was it doing a free giveaway as a way to create people coming to your blog? And by the way, go ahead and put those in. The reason a giveaway works so well is because people are always asking, what's in it for me? Okay. And so what we do is we forget that. Like you launching a blog and just saying, hey, I launched a blog, come look at it. Yeah, you'll get your family and closest friends. But if you want to go outside of that, people want to know what's in it for them. It's the same when we say join our newsletter, right? Because they're saying, well, what's in it for me? What am I going to get from that? And that's why sometimes a more powerful way is to say, here's my ultimate 10-step checklist. Or if I'm a photographer, here's my equipment list guide PDF. Oh, now I want that, right? So you have to make it useful for them. No one cares about your blog unless it's useful to them in some way. So never forget that. All right. Okay, so takeaways. Phil says takeaways, a reminder to go back and look at your 3 post templates. Yes, so that is in the book. And by the way, these templates can be used for, they can be used for blogging. They can be used for podcasting. It's in chapter 12, create. And I even give 3 templates in there. So you can see right here's a template. That's the story template. Then there's the how template, and there's the why template. And honestly, I've probably done 2,000 blog posts over the year or more. I don't even know anymore, to be honest. And they all fall into 3 categories. I'm either using my story template, my how template, or my why. Because ultimately, you're either inspiring people, right? You're empowering them, or you're educating them. So yeah, keep it simple. All right. Gwen says, takeaway, building a following using the ethical bribe of a giveaway for sharing my blog or post. Yes. Biggest takeaway is promoting your blog post on social media by asking different questions that deals with the same blog post. Yes, you can absolutely do that. And do you see how that doesn't look like I'm just beating an old drum? Because every post looks a little bit different. Grab quotes from your post, rephrase it, like just go create 10. And then if you're using a social media tool like Buffer or something else, you can just put all those in the queue and they can go out over time. So, and it can always bring you traffic back to your blog post. Awesome. All right, last takeaway that I see here is the idea of a gift basket or unrelated gift as a giveaway for the initial introduction of a blog that your daughter uses would widen the potential audience with the requirement to add friends. Yep. Awesome. All right, gang. Well, listen, that is it. By the way, I know I talked about the book. We still right now have some free copies still available. So I purchased a couple thousand copies of my new book from the publisher. All I ask is that you cover the shipping and handling. And this is only available in the US. But if you go to marketyourmessage.com/free book, then I will be happy to send one of these books, this actual, oops, hit the microphone there, this actual book, Your Message Matters paperback. I will send this to you in the mail. So again, go to marketyourmessage.com/free book. And you can get a free book. All right, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next week. Remember, every Wednesday, 1 o'clock Eastern, Market Your Message show is live. We'll see y'all then. Bye-bye.